Hello Libra! I hope you're doing really good, that you're healthy and joyful. I'm here to do Libra July Tarot 2026. I'll be using Major Arcana, Rider-Waite Smith, Les Amours de Marlowe for the Love, Osho and Tarot, Decans with Prism, Divine Connection, and at the end, Dancing in the Dark Tarot. Alright Libra, let's do it! Summertime! And the vibe of summer. Let's see what's up for you. With Rider-Waite Smith, we'll check the recent past and the near future. And with Osho and Tarot, we'll check consciously and unconsciously what's up with you. And with Divine Connection, we'll check the challenge of the month and the outcome of the month. Libra, let's see here. On this platform, there's no excuses anymore to not go see a foreign channel. Everything is dubbed, everything is subtitled, and I do have a French channel. The link is next to my picture on this one. You click, you scroll down, and you click again. I'll see you there. You can sub, and it's not a copy and paste of this channel. Therefore, it's absolutely complimentary. It's free. There's no commercial. All right, let's do it. Cancer in the house, Sagittarius in the house. Oh boy. Yep. And the energy of Gemini, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Alrighty. So. This is amazing because your challenge is sort of connected to the energies here. Let me explain. Let's go prior, a little prior regarding the recent past. The recent past is Temperance, Libra. So Temperance is really connected to Jupiter. Maybe your Jupiter is in Sagittarius. It is very much possible. Or you have a Jupiter that is extremely fiery, okay? Now, here in the recent past, I think you understood that Rome was not built in 3 days, and you needed to take your time and really temper what was going on in your life. Everything. Now, the energy of July is the Chariot. So here we go again. You have another type of energy now that you kind of tempered, maybe put a little water in your wine regarding a particular situation. And now with the energy of July, you're like in full movement, full thrall, but you're an air sign. And so you're like everywhere and nowhere. Now, consciously, you have the Fool. Of course you have the Fool. Because consciously you want something else. Consciously you want to allow yourself new things, and that are connected to your life experience. Not just, one or two things. No, they're connected to your life experience. And this is the Fool. But here, because you have the Chariot that wants to go forward, move onward, etc., and that Fool, you're just like full on, I need to do something that I like. And maybe for the first time in your life. If you're a divorcee, or if you were in a very manipulative relationship, etc., well, here we go. Now, unconsciously. Unconsciously, I have the feeling that either your entourage is sort of like telling you what to do or controlling whatever, you know, and they're sort of like maybe possibly projecting also their fear, their doubt, etc., etc. But at least somebody here, maybe possibly, is really trying to tell you what to do, for sure. Now, the second scenario is maybe it's yourself that is doubting so much that you sort of like shrinking the possibilities unconsciously. And we actually do, and that's why a morning practice and a night practice before bed is super important, because all day long we are surrounded by other different energies, people that are not specifically, you know, they don't belong to our world, they don't agree, they have different mindsets, they, you know what I mean? So if you don't do that cleaning and that anchorage in the morning, you're screwed. Because you go to bed with precisely everybody else's energy but yours. So that's why you need to, you know, like delete, you know, like on your computer, drag garbage. Anyways, your challenge is very interesting. Your challenge is to realize that element, and especially water element, that is connected to the chariot because it's Cancer. Your challenge is to understand that exactly what I actually just explained to you. That morning thing, that night thing, and here this is water. So I have the feeling, Libra, that in July in particular, you need to connect with water. Like water. Water is going to be your BFF. And all the sense, hydration, hydrate yourself, swim, calm yourself, calm down, just putting your hands in the water, your feet in the water. I mean, it's just like amazing. Can you imagine people who live next to water and they don't even appreciate it? They can't even connect with it, and they live like every day they're like right there, you know. So this is also what you need to do in July, what you need to practice. Now, near future, we are going to clarify, because you have that Queen of Swords. Oh boy, Libra, I'm a little concerned here because there's two scenarios here. It's either someone that is older than you, and that is this Queen of Swords. And she's sort of like telling you, hey, what are you doing? What's up? You're doing, this is like ridiculous what you're doing. And they're trying to, you know, sort of like guide you and maybe give you advice and such. But she's really cold. She's, you know, she's like the King of Swords. You know, the King of Swords to me is the masculine Gemini. But here, it could be you also trying to create some healthy boundaries, trying to say no and oh for the very first time in your life, because you realize that all your life you've been sucked up in like cray energy people, and that, you know, you're just like, oh boy, that does not belong to me, bro, you know? So you gotta gauge a little bit what's up here, because yeah. All right, let me clarify and see what's up. Because I'm afraid that you're just going to explode and say what you have to say. And that's why, you know, prior in the recent past, that temperance is not here for nothing. So I hope you learned from your lesson, from your, life path, etc., etc. All right, so clarification. Clarification is very interesting because that Queen of Sword, I think it's you. It's not, someone in your life. Or maybe both. But you are taking over. I think it's you because you're just like, you know what? You're positioning yourself. And you're like, well, this is my life. This is not your life. This is not your life. It's my life. So I want to exist. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. And I think this type of behavior and this type of like wake-up call sort of like actually gives you more maturity and more power within you, but also, just in general, per se. Okay? And the outcome is, there's two things here. Either a woman is going to help you, a woman is here to really support you and help you, or you are going to connect with your yin energy. And the yin energy is all the feminine energy. And it might be possible because there's a lot of awareness here, Libra, in July. Like for sure. Okay? All right, let's do the decans. 1, 2, 3. And if you're on a cusp, you have more messages for the decans. Libra, first decan, second, and third. All right, here we go. Alors, first decan, Scorpio in the house. So here we go. Yep, Libra. This is it. You are really conscious that, see, that's why you have the Fool. Your consciousness in July is like, whoa, you really opening your eyes and opening a bunch of stuff actually. But this is the past. I need to leave the past in the past. I need to leave my drama, my trauma, my everything that happened to me in the past. Because if you are simmering in pain and suffering and not doing corpola about it, guess what? You're getting yourself sick and it's going to get worse. Maybe possibly you have your Neptune or your Moon in Scorpio, Libra. Maybe. Second decan. Second decan, well, you are going to connect with your intuition. Yes. And it actually, again, it puts you in a position where you are more aware. And that feels good. That makes you happy. And it's sort of like regarding what I was telling you earlier, which is practice in the morning, practice at night. Because during the day, there's a lot of bullshit going on. You know what I mean, Jellybean? Uh-huh. Third decan. Third decan, wow. You're absolutely determined. You're Venus. That's your planet. You're sharing Venus with Taurus. And you want quality. And this is exactly what's going on here, third decan. You are determined to have comfort and the essential and, whatever rocks your boat, whatever you like, and you know what I mean? Like, Venus, it's very simple. Taurus and Libra. They don't really care about, they're not, from the exterior, let me explain. From the exterior, they might not have the perfect house, okay? And as soon as you enter in the house, wow, it's like a museum in there. But it's a museum because every single thing is just at the right place. Maybe there's 3 things, but they're like signed, super expensive, and boom, quality. I'm not saying that what's expensive is quality. I'm not saying that. But there's a sort of a aesthetic, value and something that they really want to share. And sometimes they're not expensive, but so it's just to give you a glimpse of what Taurus and Libra are. Okay, love department. If you're in a relationship, Libra, 3 cards. Les amours de Malo. Let's go. Oh boy. Okay. So if you're in a relationship, it's really interesting. I think I'm probably talking to a couple, a relationship that is pretty long, not the short, you've known each other for quite a bit. But the thing is, you guys need to do something. Rekindle, reassess your relationship, really, reassess something. Because toxicity is sort of at the door here. And if you take care of that, you nourish your relationship, you talk, there's communication, you rekindle, there's going to be a lot of abundance. It's going to be a great connection, and it's going to continue this way. But if it's going to be too much. I have a feeling that you guys are like way too much on someone else, And it's sort of like, like you don't have a partner anymore. You have a dad, you have a mom, you have a secretary, you have a house lady, you know what I mean? It's not sexy anymore, It's like, okay, yeah, did you go get the bread? Yeah, okay. Oh, be careful, huh? Drive safe. And, it's your mom. It's your dad, It's not your sexy boyfriend anymore. Jeez. All right. If she's single and happy, 3 cards. There's a big difference, and it depends what you say to people. You can totally say the same thing, like, like for the bread, for example. Of course, I was joking on that, but, And you can say exactly the same thing, but totally differently. Be like, hey, babe, instead of telling me that you're going to go get the bread every day, can you just surprise me maybe with a new bread? And I know you go to the bakery every day, sweetheart, but you know what I mean? Really recreate something. All right, if she's single and happy. Ooh. Alors, if she's single and happy, I think you met somebody, you're single and happy, so you're having a lot of fun. Maybe once a month, maybe every week, it's your life. You do whatever if you want. But someone does not understand that you're single and happy, and they're kind of hoping regarding your connection. So I think you probably know who this person is, because they probably call a lot, or they're like, if you're on an app, they're like, hey, what's up, but it's too much. It's sort of obvious, so you probably know who I'm talking about, and you need to talk to them and make sure that they understand what's up, okay? All right, so they don't have the hope and the instant relationship, and just be clear. If you're looking for love, Libra, 3 cards. Alors, if you're looking for love. If you are looking for love, well, there's gonna be probably a phone call, a text, a visit, something. Someone out of the blue, so either you met somebody already out of the blue, or it's going to happen, or someone is trying to reconnect with you. But they're sort of telling you that they healed from something, or it's you that understand that you really worked on yourself and you really healed, and it makes you at ease, and you're like way lighter, and you know, like a particular situation where before you could have been like so scared of the connection, or maybe react a certain way because you know it's not what you want or whatever, but it's sort of like a brand new Libra right now that is reacting to this new thing and this out of the blue thing. Okay? All right, dancing in the dark. Let's go. Dancing in the dark tarot. So 3 cards and back of the deck. So it's about 4 to 5 cards. Haha, yep. That's what I was talking about earlier. The Judgment card, and you have the Emperor after that. This is really cool. Well, the Emperor, it's the King of Wands, so fire, Sagittarius, Leo, you know, but, you know, it's sort of the same vibe. Libra, before I turn the cards, and because you're already conditioned on this channel, I'm going to ask you to like, to subscribe if you didn't yet, to share, and to leave a comment. It really helps actually to diffuse my channel. Yeah, I don't have the boost button because, you know, my channel is really small, but if you already do this, it helps me tremendously, and it's for free. Yep. All right, thank you. Whoa. Yeah, we have the swords still. Okay. So, regarding the mental and communication, yeah, there's it has been a constant duality inside of you, okay? And it's your element. So sometimes it's really easy for you to say things and and sometimes it's not that easy. But you are determined to stop, like I was saying, creating healthy boundaries within your entourage, because you realize that the more and more you hang out with some people, or you invite people over, or whatever, you're communicating with the type of people, it's just, it's not that easy, and there's shit going on all the time after, you know? So anyways, because you're determined, you're very much determined to continue on your journey and to realize and be very cautious about a bunch of things that I talked about during this reading. Libra, I wish you the very best as usual. Take care of yourself. That's the most important. And don't forget, I am not gone from my channel. If you go in the shorts section, oh my God, it's the short galore for you. And I post on the regular. I'll see you soon on my channel.